everybody. I want to talk to you about a slasher movie from 1991. Now, slasher movies in 1991 were already a dying breed, you know. This one's called Popcorn from 90s, directed by Matt Harrier. Don't know who that is. The only known actors that I know are Tony Roberts, plays Professor Mr. Davis, and Dee Wallace plays Suzanne, the mom of Maggie, the main girl, our final girl. But there are gonna be more final girls. It's gonna be a spoiler review, but I'm gonna tell you when to shut it off if you don't wanna know, because it's a whodunit. They want to organize this horror marathon in this decrepit theater that's closed down because there was a movie played there called Possessor by a guy named Gates, and basically he killed people for real, like a snuff film. He killed his family for real, and he was in the movie, and then started a fire, and a lot of people burned, and eventually Maggie was there too, but she got saved by Suzanne. Now she has dreams about Gates, and she's trying to link things together. Now, they opened the cinema, the theater. This group of, film students. Okay, so we got Maggie, Toby, Mark. Oh, Mark is the stupid boyfriend of Maggie. Boyfriend, hookup, whatever. The moment we see Maggie at her school, he runs at her like, I want to fuck you. Let's go to my house. I want to do it. I want to do it now. And she says, no, I can't. I'm just doing my book. I'm preparing my marathon. Okay, but I'm not going to wait for long. And he just runs off like an asshole that he is. And he's more of an asshole because when they open the marathon, he comes with another girl. What a fucking asshole. She's standing in a ticket booth. Scumbag. But a stupid scumbag. And he sadly survives. And is the hero of the movie. Now you got, from the students, you got Maggie, Toby, Bud, he's in a wheelchair, Leon, Joni, Tina, Cheryl, Jay, Dr. Minstern, he's the guy who sponsors this thing, and then Tony Roberts, Mr. Davis, he's a professor. And they're showing these black and white movies, and there's this movie about a giant mosquito, and they have this giant mosquito prop thing that they can operate, and you see it flying over the audience, and everybody's throwing things at it, and then the killer has the remote control too, so it comes back with the pointy end of a mosquito and impales Tony Roberts. Now that was a cool kill, inventive, yeah. I don't think they had a lot of money to keep Tony Roberts on. Now, I can already tell you that one of these students is the killer, because when he kills Tony Roberts, he makes a mask. This guy is good in making movies, how to edit, how to make prosthetic masks. The weird thing is he can make masks and even talk like them. So he puts a mask on. Then we have, I'm not sure who it was, one of the girls, I'm not sure which one it was, I think Tina. She had a little off and on and again with the professor. So he had the mask of the professor on, and she starts kissing with him. And this is a scene where they were, mouthing each other, and the latex skin comes off, and it's like pretty gross looking, and he puts it off because he can't talk even like the professor, and that was a little bit far-fetched in my opinion. You can't have pretty correct skin covers, but talking like that's a little bit with a voice recognition thing in there, nah, that's a little bit over the top. And then when he kills let's say Tina, Maggie and I think somebody else goes to check out what's happening upstairs, and then he uses Tina like a puppet. Yes, everything is okay. Talking like Tina. Yes, everything is okay. Damn it, fucking piece of shit. Yes, everything is okay. Just go there and there. Everything's right. And okay, and we see the killer behind her, and he's completely burned. He has a burned face, like really fucked up face, like demon eyes and shit like that. Orange eyes, metal stitches hanging his face together. So we already know he's burned, okay? So is it Gates? You know, the guy who killed his family. Wait a few minutes, I'm gonna... Okay. Is it Gates who killed his family on screen and was in the theater putting everybody on fire? Because at the beginning, he calls Suzanne, you know, Maggie's mom, enter the ninth circle of hell. And then she says, no, you can't have her like this. Then he says, let's then talk. Let's talk then. Come to the theater. And she goes to the theater with a gun. Eventually he grabs her. We don't see if he kills her. Yelling, the guy's name Gates, you can't have her, you can't have her. And then, oops, he takes her. We don't know what happens to her. So, okay, now you have, you know, Bud, Leon, Joni, Cheryl, Jay, and, because the producer doesn't show up again, and Maggie. Now, Mark, the boyfriend, you know, is always, when he leaves his seat to help Maggie, she says, go screw with your new girlfriend, you know, she says, fuck off. This big guy goes on his seat and he puts his hand over his new hookup and says, guy, you're on my seat. He says, go shit yourself. Can you repeat that? He stands up like a head taller and just punches him in the nose. I mean, the guy gets punched in the nose. The guy gets bitten in the ass by a Doberman. He gets, when he's wanting to be the hero, he does this Indiana Jones thing with, you know, his belt on a wire and then zip line, and then just following into boxes, inadvertently killing the killer. So so here are spoilers, right? Okay, so you got Bud. He's not a killer, but in the wheelchair, he gets electrified because there's this movie about a guy that's with electric powers and they hooked up these electric jolts on the seats. He gets electrified. That's not him. Then we have Leon. Leon gets killed in a weird way. So the killer comes in Leon's mask and Leon's gonna take a piss. Leon's standing there and another Leon standing next to the killer. They're looking at each other. The killer looks at him, pisses on him, and takes him, shoves him in a boot, and then uses something like a chemical to explode. We don't see any gore of none. There's not a lot of gore in this one. It's a body count movie, not a lot of body count. Like 4 people, I guess. Because at the end, how many people survive? The boyfriend survives because he's always trying to go back to Maggie and shit like that. The Maggie survives. One of the girls, I think, Joni and Cheryl. Cheryl is badass. I think she's the black girl. when the hookup girl comes to the counter and Mark is there and she says, I want to go home. he says, "No, just go home by yourself." And the big guy comes, "Is there a problem here?" And then he wants to take Mark by its throat, and Cheryl, I think that's the black girl's name. She's like, and he says, "I don't hit girls." "You never hit a girl? Really?" "Never." "Okay." Punch in the face and kicks him in the ass out. She's a badass. Badass. I liked her. And it's good she survived. Joni survives purely because when she is standing in the basement and they have this movie with gas and they're releasing stinky gas in the theaters, the killer is behind her with a butcher's knife, ready to strike, but then she's saying she loves the guy who's the killer, but she doesn't know if he loves him back. And he's like, conflicted, and he goes back and, this and this and that. So, who's the killer? Toby. He's the best friend of Maggie, and he has prosthetics of face on. We see him completely without it, with the red eyes. Then we see him putting a little bit of a prosthetics on. He catches Maggie at some point, puts prosthetics on his chin, a nose, and lenses for those fiery red eyes. And we see Suzanne is still alive. Now Suzanne, he reveals that it's not Maggie's mom. Suzanne is Maggie's mom's sister, her aunt, because her mom gets killed by Gates in the movie, and then Suzanne comes to the rescue, shooting around, killing Gates. And I'm not sure what happened here. Toby and his mom were at the front seat of that movie. Now, did she got shot? But she definitely got a blaze, a fire. She died. I think from a gun she got shot too, so that's why he blames Suzanne. And of course, Maggie, because she was saved, he was burned almost unrecognizable. Had to put super painful. He had to put he looks creepy, like those bolts and things keeping his face together. You really should check this one out because it's a cool killer with a good reason. He lost everything because of their family, and he's a victim about their family. But the way he dies, because a lot of people just don't, like, one gets strangled, one gets off screen in a toilet chamber. There are not a lot of gory deaths. This is actually a slasher and then a horror comedy at the same time. And then how he does, so he takes Maggie to the public. The public thinks this is part of a show. He's gonna kill Maggie in the same way Gates killed his wife with the knife. He lets the crowd count down. But like I said, boyfriend comes in a zip line, falls in boxes, but the mosquito gets activated, it falls with the pointy end in the killer's body, and that's how he dies. Again, a mosquito kill. So, not it lacked a little bit of gore, ingenuity, It lacked, twice a mosquito kill. I hope that the killer was killed in a cooler way, but it's a cool, idea with the marathon and them all wearing those wearing those prosthetic masks. He apparently didn't have a voice recognition. He learned their voices. That's a little bit over the top, but the masks, maybe, real. He knew all this stuff because he's a student, right? Film student, and even when he was young. And then, he the killer looks creepy. He has a good, valid reason. But the thing is, they reveal him pretty fast. So the third part of the movie, so let's say the last 30 minutes, you know who the killer is. Bam. And then he's constantly toying and playing with Maggie and Suzanne and threatening them. And oh, he has time to kill a little bit more. And then he kills Leon and almost kills, like I said, Joni when she declares her love for Toby, and then can't. And so I think they did it too fast. They had to scale a little back and just leave who's the killer a little bit, the reveal a little bit more toward the end, the last 10 minutes or so, not the last 30 minutes. Then he's starting to cheer up the crowd, what a stupid movie it is, and then he starts doing that. He brings up Maggie, and he wants to kill her, and then gets that mosquito thing again. Like I said, cool killer, cool location, cool concept. Fun characters. Not so bad acting. Bad things, like I said, revealing the killer too soon. The voice thing that he knows, how to reckon a people's voice, and not the body count. Okay, body count, but not original kills. No gore, or not a lot of gore at least. Using one kill twice. That were the negatives. So it gets a 5.9 on IMDb, which is really great for a slasher, and especially a slasher from 1991. Remember, slashers were dead at that time. So I recommend this one. Look this one up. I found the movie. I believe I found the movie. I'm going to put it in the description. So if you want to watch it, you can watch it. See you next time. Bye.